featuring Sobek's song.
Starring.
And today, our special guest, who's usually behind the camera, is now in front of the camera, Guy Hall.
Guy Hall.
And much more comfortable behind the camera than in front of the camera.
I don't know.
No.
I think you'd be a star myself.
I'm telling you, it's actually, he's being humble. He actually has it worked out that if we're going to use Guy Hall Studios, every so often he gets Guy FaceTime. So
yeah, he gets a cut.
He gets some action on the on air. So
I'm surprised he hasn't asked for a cut of the profits on the Guy Hall polos when the catalog goes out.
Well, it's coming. He hasn't. Yeah. He's letting us sell them all first, and then he's going to demand a cut.
My attorney's drawing all of stuff up right now.
Yeah.
Trademark.
I can see that happening. Yes.
License fees.
Maybe we need to rethink this whole thing.
Well, he is the face of our youth ministry, so.
We would like to say that one thing we do know about Guy Hall is he's our icon.
Yeah,
for
pretty
youth
much.
Ministry.
Anytime any kind of publication goes out, his face is on it. So
that's pretty sad.
Holy cow, guy's gone crazy.
Well, hey, today the Darin Hansen Show, we're gonna take it easy here and just kick it back with Guy. We got a little trivia contest, but we're too nervous about tonight's game.
Game 7 of the NLCS, Cardinals versus Mets.
I think the final score will be Mets 10, Cardinals 2. Sobek?
2-0 Cardinals. What is
2-0
wrong with
Cardinals. You? Guy, what do you think?
Maybe 4-1 Cardinals.
All right.
So we got two optimistic people, one pessimistic person, me. Well, I want to say pessimistic. Let's just say realistic. Because Supan at Shea Stadium.
Soup, man.
10-2 Mets. Okay, so anyway, we're just nervous.
Put Braden Looper up there.
I'm just nervous about it. That's all right. Just cut me some slack. So we're one game away from the World Series. So anyway, we're just chilling out on Thursday,
right.
And just talk with Guy here. So we've got some questions for Guy. So Guy, well, where are you from originally?
I was born in Salem, Kentucky, which is near Paducah, Kentucky.
Is there like a Salem in every state? Is that like?
I'm sure there is.
Salem, Massachusetts.
Salem, Illinois.
Yeah.
Salem, Missouri. Right?
Salem, Indiana.
Is there Salem, Indiana?
Sure.
Yeah, I think I've heard.
Did you just make that up?
No.
Oh.
Didn't make it up. I'm just guessing.
Salem, Florida.
It doesn't have quite the ring to it, does it?
So you're from Kentucky?
From Kentucky. Was born and raised there. Went to grade school, high school, college there. Went to Murray State University.
Murray State?
Murray
You were a
State.
racer.
I'm a racer. Go Racers.
Racers are awesome. You
Wow.
know, it was kind of a tradition of mine every year back when Murray State wasn't really good. And they would
Which was when I was going.
They would get, the 14, 13, 12 seed or whatever. It was always a tradition of mine to pick them to upset somebody in the NCAA tournament.
Did they?
Yeah, well, every once in a while they would. Yeah,
every once in a while.
But now that they're actually kind of decent, it's not that bad of a pick.
Now, what did you major in at Murray State?
Started out as a music major, and then realized after a semester of that I would probably starve as a musician, so I should pick another line of work, and went into radio and TV.
So you were a music major?
Yeah.
Well,
Really?
What instrument do you play?
Trombone.
Really?
But I haven't played it in years, so.
It's coming up on the podcast.
Yeah, it is.
The Darin Hansen Show.
Do you still have one?
The unveiling
I'll be
of Guy Hall and the
camera
trombone.
operator in the house band.
That would be awesome. We need that.
That's what the show needs.
We need a house band.
Wait, so do
Never
you
even
still own it?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Daniel, my son, played that same horn.
Really?
We need it.
Elementary and high school.
It's coming to the Darin Hansen Show, a special podcast when Guy Hall breaks out the trombone.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. It's
like something like 76 trombones or something like that.
Did you play any Korean instruments?
I used to play a lyre.
A liar.
Yeah.
Because
right now I'm lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Yeah. That was horrible.
Bad jokes keep coming your way.
Courtesy of the Asian one. But no, I played saxophone actually.
Oh, okay. That's
Junior
totally
high.
Korean.
Totally
Saxophone?
Korean. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Saxophone.
Hey, we need to get you a sax and Guy a trombone.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I quit when I was.
I can play
a
the
freshman.
kazoo. Okay. Anyway, how long have you been married?
I've been married 26 years.
Wow.
To Nancy Hall.
A little applause
27
there.
in December.
26.
In December? 27? December what?
22nd.
That's my birthday.
Oh, get out.
That's unbelievable.
You'll have to take us out for our anniversary then.
I think maybe you could take
It
me
sounds
out.
like a big party to
Or
me.
maybe
That's what I'm
So
talking
you and
about.
Nancy been married for almost 23 years. Is that what you said?
20. It'll be 27.
Oh, 27
I'll be
years.
I'll be 20.
I was thinking 22nd.
I'll be 29.
27 years.
I'll be
you've
29
got-
December 22nd.
Now you've
I
got,
just realized how old I am, and I feel really horrible right now.
yeah.
Well, I could
really
be your
old.
dad, so
I need a moment.
God could be your dad. That's scary.
What's up, pops?
I don't have any money. Don't bother asking.
So how old are your kids? And how many kids do you
My
have?
son Daniel is 23,
Right.
and my daughter Emily is 19.
So
So-
does that make you feel old?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure we get that out of the way.
yeah, it does.
So what kind of hobbies do you have? What do you do outside of church and?
Outside hanging out with Fritz.
I have had my own video production business for about 10 years, and I produce event videos for folks like weddings. I do legal videography, so when I'm not here working in the office on ministry, media things, I'm usually at home editing a video.
So either way you go, you're working.
I'm working,
That's kind of a hobby.
yeah. But
And,
it's kind
and
of relaxing.
podcast.
And producing podcasts.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
we kind of
you know,
threw we kind of
need to
threw him
start-
into it.
We need to
And
start scrolling the names in our podcast. Put Guy Hall producer, and Guy Hall
right.
director,
We need
and Guy
credits.
Hall
in fact, at the end
Key
of this
grip.
episode, there'll be credits.
best boy, Guy Hall. Just go through. Okay. So anyway,
Like visitor number 1, Guy Hall.
what do you hate most about computers?
When they crash,
Which would be
fairly
especially
frequently.
Windows machines.
Yes. Yeah. When they crash, especially when you're in the middle of something and you haven't saved it,
Oh,
you
that's
lose it.
horrible.
then you
Now,
gotta
when you
start
do
from scratch.
video production, what do you use at home? Premiere?
No, it's actually a product by Canopus, which made the capture card that I use. And I
Okay.
use their editing
Now,
software.
do you have to defrag the drive all the time?
Yeah, if you delete a big project,
What
like
a mess.
60 gig, then you have to defrag it and just let it sit there and churn through.
You don't have to do that on a Mac.
You know what? I'm tired of hearing about Mac stuff. That's all he
Anyway.
talks about.
I did hear in the news today that there's a possible worm on some of the new iPods.
Oh, really? On the
Yes.
new iPods?
How about the
Well, that's
worm?
going to happen.
So they're not totally.
No, they're-
Good thing I don't have any new things like that. Okay. Hey, the other question is, Sobek told me you've gone through quite a few surgeries.
Like
I remember
40?
us talking about it
Something like
before, but how many surgeries have you had?
As far as what I would term major surgeries, where they actually knock you completely out and you go into the operating room and come back out, 9, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
That's what it is.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a
So you've
variety
gone
of
through the mill.
scars. And, yeah,
Wow.
That's
it's been interesting.
You've just pretty much been like one of those pin cushions or something.
I think I've paid for a lot of vacations and boats and
Golf
Doctors.
outings.
golf trips.
Well, what is that? How has your faith kind of grown because of all the surgeries? Have you ever felt close to death during those times? Or?
Not physically dying. My next to last surgery, which occurred in December of '04, almost 2 years ago, was for pancreatic cancer. So I had a malignant tumor removed, and that was pretty extensive, intensive surgery. And I was in the hospital for 12 days. I was in the ICU for 4 days following the surgery.
Goodness.
It felt very rough after that, and couldn't eat for a long time. Lost about 40 pounds due to that, which
For you, that's
for me,
a
yeah,
lot.
Yeah, yeah, it was. So that was a really tough recovery time physically because of that, and then mentally and emotionally because you can't do anything, you have no energy.
Sure.
You just feel really lousy. But I had a lot of faith going into that and going through that recovery process that
When was that?
God was going to take care of me. That was almost 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
I spent
So,
my anniversary, my 25th anniversary, in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and Christmas Day of that year in the hospital.
Oh my goodness. So how is it now? I mean, are things kind of leveled out for you? I mean,
Yeah.
feel good?
I go for regular checkups and CAT scans and tests and things, and they always say everything looks great. And I'm doing wonderful, so praise God for that.
That's awesome.
Well, we do praise God for that, and we don't always get this serious on the podcast, so this is good. This is good for us.
This was, like I said, we're doing things different today.
Well, you've gone through major surgery.
Yeah, I had brain surgery.
Yeah.
Took my brain out, and
Yeah. What did they replace it with?
nothing. It's actually better for me.
Jello.
Abby normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
So young Frankenstein.
That's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Yeah. Great movie. Hey, what hump? Okay. Anyway, we could talk about movies all day. That's good. Well, Guy, we're really grateful for everything you do for our podcast, and on a serious note, and then also on a non-serious note, we're not very appreciative at all about some of the smart aleck comments you made. No.
Yeah, and eating like hamburgers
Eating
while we're
reading magazines. And when we ask you a question, you're like, I wasn't paying any attention.
Yeah. What was that? I wasn't really.
I think all
listening.
producers and directors are like that. Yeah.
Well,
So-
if you come through with more, then
Well,
You've been at the First for a long time. Like since before Mike, right?
yeah. We started attending here, my family, in 1990.
Good grief.
So, way back when.
I was probably like 4.
I was in the Army. Yeah, I was in the Army.
So
you've
yeah,
been here quite a while.
You've gone through like multiple ministers.
What's one of the most? Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And building programs and all kinds of
Yeah,
things.
were you in the cinema when they started in the cinema?
No, we don't go back that far.
Okay. But what's the single greatest change you think you've seen outside of me and Sobek, of course?
Of course.
Obviously.
That's a tough question. Of course, we started out in the building that we just left. It wasn't our starting place, but it was the first building that the church owned, and had a lot of meaning to a lot of people. And when we expanded it with the Family Life Center, that was such a huge step. We thought, man, we've arrived. We've got a gym now. We can do things, have programs, do a lot of kids' activities.
You guys added on the offices too, right?
And then added on the offices.
That was
Mike's
not the same
office
time?
used to be one of the nurseries.
Okay. That wasn't the same time, or those are 2 different times?
Those were 2 different times.
Okay.
And then, of course, the move to this place has just been, like, who would have imagined that long ago that we would need a building this size and have this
Right.
many attending and this much staff. And
You were a
all this going
deacon
on.
and you were an elder?
Yep.
Now you're a staff member?
And volunteer song leader and volunteer choir
Does
director.
that make you an Elkin?
Or a delder.
You gotta. You also got to mix a staff member with that word somehow too.
Yeah.
Like
Elk
staff, elk stuff.
Elkif. Anyway, Guy Hall, Elkif of the First here at Newburgh, Indiana. Now, we've been proud for the Darin Hansen Show to bring you the history of the First Christian Church of Newburgh. We'll have to do some history moments with Guy.
This show isn't just about laughs. It's about
We need to do
teaching.
exactly. We need to do every once in a while have a history moment with Guy.
Having the old guy
To kinda,
reminisce.
reminisce. That's what we got to do is close in on you just like this and just have you reminisce and not say anything, but we'll put your thoughts in behind.
Little balloon thing come up.
Like
Reminisce.
bowl pops up. These guys are idiots.
Reminiscing with Guy Hall. Kind of like deep thoughts
They're
with Guy Candy.
like I remember, like the little bubbles say. I remember when we had cool youth guys
Back in the day.
back in the day.
Well, hey,
Mike Duke.
we're glad you came today, and
You didn't give me much choice, actually.
yeah, we just kind of said you're on.
Well, he's not leaving or anything, is he?
No, I was going to transition to our trivia game for the day.
Oh, okay, rock on.
So I
Maybe
thought
Guy should ask some of the questions too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You just
Yeah.
stay here, but we're just kind of done with our
With our
interview.
interview
So
section? Okay, my
I thought
bad.
we're gonna have a little trivia contest. We got 7 questions for the interview contest, and we'll have trivia contest. Sorry, not interview contest. So if you want to email us at the Darin Hansen Show @gmail.com with these answers. The winner, the person who answers most correctly and gets it in timely fashion. You have to answer the most first, and then whoever gets it in quickest, if there's a tie, will win.
That's
Makes sense?
correct. Yeah.
And we'll give you a shirt.
Lauren Conklin sent me an email, but I didn't really understand it, so I didn't really.
You didn't bring it?
No, it was something about this planets or something.
I don't know. She's probably too smart for you.
She really is. I don't. I don't get it.
I'll read it later, Lauren, and I'll make sense of it, of course.
I mean,
Sobek.
you can go ahead and try. I don't know. I couldn't get past the word planet, so I don't. Whatever.
Okay, here's number one trivia question. Guy Hall will read. This is number one.
This is really tough. You have to know.
You gotta watch the podcast in order to know this.
Have a world knowledge. Where was Sobek born?
Where was Sobek's song born?
Me. Where was me born?
I'm sure there's a marker wherever that place is.
Pretty much.
Okay, now number two. That's number one. Number two. What's the capital of North Dakota? I think that's pretty easy. I know that one. Okay.
Gotcha.
Number three. Sobek.
What's the world record for holding your breath? For holding somebody's breath. What's the longest person somebody's held their breath?
Round it off to the nearest minute.
Minute. Or if you can get the exact time, that's awesome too.
So that's number three.
Yeah,
Number four. What type of vegetarian did Rick Riley say that he was?
That's
on
a tough one.
Earlier podcast. There was a particular name he gave for his type of vegetarianism.
Yep.
So we gotta come up with that. That was number four. Number five.
What assassination sparked World War I?
Yeah, who was assassinated? Yeah, sparked World War I.
I think that's pretty common knowledge right there.
That was number five. Number six.
I don't know it. 407 years ago means what? I don't know.
Yeah, tell us what 407 years ago means.
People always say it, but nobody knows what it means. It's like the founder of San Diego. Like nobody really knows what San Diego means anymore.
What does it mean?
I don't know. Like nobody knows.
Okay. So 407 years ago, what does that mean? Now, number seven, the last trivia question is, how many episodes of the Darin Hansen Show have there been?
Ooh. Now does that count?
Counting today.
Have to use
Counting
one of the
today.
hands
Counting
on that,
today.
don't you?
And it counts the vacation one, too.
Okay, but does it count the Tupperware party pictures?
No, doesn't count the Tupperware party pictures.
Does it count the one that we just did to test it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it starts with episode 1. Episode 0 was...
So it doesn't count episode 0, doesn't count Tupperware party pictures.
Correct.
But it does count vacation. We're on
Yeah,
vacation.
because I actually counted that. I actually labeled that as an episode. I just want to know how many we've actually labeled as episodes.
Rock on. I just...
From 1
I was
to
just clarifying for the audience.
Well, I appreciate that.
Because you know who's going to answer this, right?
No.
Well, you know the first person to answer it will be Brad.
Oh,
Wachter.
yeah, well, of course.
Of course. Brad Wachter will
It's always knowing what's going
be
on.
all over. He always taught... Like,
You know, he's
before...
making me a yellow carpet ball table.
Is he really?
Bright yellow?
Yellow or pink? I can't remember. Maybe it's pink.
Wow.
You know, before we
I'm
all...
not sure. I don't care about the color. I'm just glad he's making
Just
one.
before we ever put out... I mean, like, before we even release... Before you even have the podcast up on the air...
I'm not even sure.
He's talking to us about it. I don't
how
get
he
it.
gets it. How does
I think he
get it?
breaks into your house and gets the tapes.
I don't know. If we see him out on the street corner with a trench coat, we know he's selling
He's selling bootleg copies,
copies.
of the Darin Hansen Show, the DHS, if you will.
The DHS. So we're glad you came to the DHS today, and be careful. It's illegal to pirate this stuff. So
Yeah, because it's freely distributed on iTunes.
exactly.
So
you can get it according to the way we want you to get it.
yeah.
But if you get it some other way, then it's illegal. And if you get it from Brad Wachter, you know it's illegal.
So without the express written consent of Major League Baseball.
Or Guy Hall.
Or Guy Hall, the owner and producer, director of
Proprietor.
the Darin Hansen Show.
We would like to thank Guy Hall for being on our show.
Yes, a little round of applause there.
Thank you. It's been fun.
It's been...
It's been fun,
you've
even
been
though you're here every week anyway.
Yeah, but actually today he paid attention.
Yeah, I didn't fall asleep.
Why you gotta talk about falling asleep, man?
That's really awesome. Yeah. He's here to help promote our show, I can tell.
Yeah, he's all about it.
Yeah. Well, hey, we were glad you're here, and we're out of here today.
That's right.
All right.
Go Cards. Peace.
10-2 Mets.
Not 10-2.
I think so.
Idiots.
Hey, call me an idiot on my show.
We're out of here.
It's like Police Squad.
It's like no one cut it off.
You and I freeze, the guy keeps moving.